Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace and blessings. Welcome to the Friday night exposure with the exposer. I'm your boy, A. Johnny Bakari, your host. This is our GOAT James Kingdom channel. Thank you for everybody for joining us. Shout out to all my subscribers, everybody that's a member of the GOAT James Kingdom posse. Peace out to everybody. Shout out to everybody on the Facebook as well, as I am going live on the Facebook account. So we'll get that going. Tonight's topic, we're going to discuss, who's worse, Michael Jordan fans or LeBron James fans? Who are really the worst people when it comes to this conversation, when it comes to the GOAT conversation? Who's really the outlandish person? So we're going to have this conversation today. So this evening. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. The link is available, so you guys can go right on ahead and click on the link if you want to go ahead and be a part of the show, and we can have a discussion because I was actually going to take tonight off. I wasn't actually going to do a show, and then I said to myself, you know what? Let's make this happen. Let's do a show because I got put in Facebook jail this week because of Jordan fans. I literally got put in Facebook jail because of Jordan fans. I literally can't believe it. Like, I stopped arguing about other things on Facebook. Everybody knows Facebook community standards are very strict. And so I stopped commenting on other people's posts about political things, religious things, just in general, social issues. I said, you know what? I'm not going to go through all this anymore. I'm just going to enjoy having fun talking to Jordan fans. And that's what I basically do on my Facebook. That's all my algorithm sends me anyways. There's nothing but basketball talk from different groups. So I know it was a Jordan fan that reported me somehow and basically tagged me as a harasser, as a bullier. By doing that, all they have to do is go back and see how many times I comment, and then they would automatically put me down as an in restriction. So I was put in 24 hours restriction notice. And I can't, like I said, I can't believe it, man. These Jordan fans are something else. They call us fanboys. We get called all types of names, man. They get very disrespectful when it comes to LeBron James, and they think they could talk to anybody any kind of way. And if anybody's seen me on GOAT James Kingdom show on a Sunday, know that I don't play those games, bro. I'm not interested in your little insults, and none of that bothers me. That's the last thing you can do. I come from a neighborhood where, trust me, trust me, words are not gonna hurt me. So what's good, twin man? What's popping, brother? The link's available in the comments. Everybody come on in. If you want to join, brother, you're more than welcome to. You know what I'm saying? Peace. What's good, E? Yo, E, I see why you was having trouble getting the link last week. It was because you was watching it through my A. Johnny Bakari channel. I put the link on there. If you want to join, we can have this conversation because I want to know why Michael Jordan fans think that they can just talk to people any kind of way, and they like to bully people. That's basically what Jordan fans think they can do, is bully people, and that got to stop. But that has definitely got to stop. So, at the end of the day, these Jordan fans are something else, though. But I tell you what, though, you guys give me more material than anything. I get more material. As an example, we're gonna have material tonight regarding that. So let me get my first boy on there. The link's available in a Johnny Bakari. Let me put it up again to make sure you see it. So that you can join the show. Give me a second here. All right, I gotta send you the link here. Let me send you the link here. Give me a sec here. Let me send you the link to the show. Let me get Twin Man up here. What up, Twin Man?
What up, bro?
What's good, brother?
So to answer your question,
Mm-hmm.
they think they can bully because that's what they've been able to do. Think about it. They really, even though we know that there has always been a credible argument for Jordan not being the GOAT, it was just taboo to have the conversation. Let's be real here. It was just taboo to do it. That's why they have to sit here and bully, because there's no legitimate argument to sit here and say LeBron James isn't the GOAT, other than biased. Let's just be real. Because again, y'all ran down the history of this. They were calling Jordan the GOAT after the first three-peat. They didn't call Jordan the GOAT after he won 6. They called Jordan the GOAT after 3. Hold up. You muted, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that we talked about this. My bad. I put the link up for you there, E, so it should be available for you. Yeah, I mean, we talked about that, right? We literally talked about that, and what makes it crazy is, like you said, they say that Jordan the championship because of 3 rings, right? 3 rings make Michael Jordan the GOAT and the eye test at that point in time, right?
Right.
Right. Okay, so then why is it when I tell them, right, LeBron James have these numbers, right? Now all of a sudden it's an issue.
But then that's when the goalpost has to shift. It's he won 10 scoring titles. Okay. What? What's your point? Like I don't understand it.
He didn't win 10 scoring titles at that time. He had 7 scoring titles at that time.
Right, but no, do you know what I mean? The goalpost has to shift. Well, to be the GOAT, you have to win this many scoring titles. But then when y'all sit here and again point out a lot of these awards a lot of great players weren't eligible for, because they probably would have way more than 10, especially somebody like Wilt or Kareem early in their career.
Yeah.
Well, then it's then the goalpost has to shift to something else. There's always something. And it just can't be at the end of the day, somebody came along and surpassed him. Like Wilt and Kareem. We're not talking about accolades wise, we're talking about skill wise. They came and they took Bill Russell's spot. You had Magic and Bird take their spot. Jordan took their spot. LeBron has taken his spot.
Thank you. I'm glad that you said that. Let me get this Jordan fan up to him, man. I'm gonna let you get back on, but let me get this Jordan fan. He's gonna explain it to us, because what you said is exactly the point. It has to be passed on. It's a torch. That's how basketball works. Jordan
always worked that way. They're just trying to keep it stuck with this one person, and if you don't do it exactly the way he did it, you can't be the GOAT. When that has never been the standard.
Nah, that's beyond nonsense. We gonna get back to this. I'm gonna let this brother up, and we're gonna have a discussion, because he's a Jordan fan. We're gonna see what he's talking about. Let me go ahead and bring him up, and I'm gonna bring you back to him, man.
All right,
bro. What up, E?
Yo, what's good? You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother. Like I said, man, what's good, man?
Like I said, what the hate with Jordan, man? You a LeBron fan? What the hate with Jordan?
There's no hate with Jordan,
nah,
man.
it's hate.
Why y'all consider it hate? Why is it considered hate?
I can sense it from you, man.
Then just tell me, why is it hate?
It's your error. It's your ego. You hate the dude.
It's not my era. I come from the era of people who fall in love with Jordan. I'm 42 years old.
Matter of fact, you older than me.
Exactly. I've had people tell me this all the time.
How is so much hate?
It's not
for
hate.
Jordan.
It's not hate.
You a LeBron fan, right?
Huh? I'm not. See, that's what you see. I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm a Heat fan. I'm a basketball fan.
You a Heat fan, bro? We both from Miami.
So who going there, Deja? So you already know I'm a Heat fan. I like the Heat.
Then why the hate though?
There is no hate. That's why I'm trying to figure out what is the hate. It's calling LeBron the GOAT.
I'm a Heat fan.
No. Okay.
I'm a Heat fan.
Right. Hey, let me ask you this: is me calling LeBron the GOAT hating on Jordan?
You can say, I will say this. To tweak your your tone, LeBron is the GOAT in this and the 2000 after LeBron, after Jordan. Okay. Jordan, the dude in the 90s, like somebody it or somebody before the next person. I'm a Jordan fan. So I'm gonna pick Jordan over LeBron any day. But I'm gonna be real with you though. Being realistic, I don't like LeBron, but LeBron good. I just like Jordan more.
But that's not the thing. It's not about who you like.
But no. But hear me out, dude. But I respect your argument though.
Okay. But have you seen my arguments though? Have you paid attention to what
I've seen your argument. I see everybody. LeBron is better than Jordan. I know I hear all the arguments, right?
Okay.
But what people fail to realize, what I'm saying is more truth. Jordan the dude in the 90s, LeBron is the 2000s after Kobe. I don't even like Kobe. I give Kobe his credit though, but 2000 is really LeBron. Though.
Okay.
Do you
So
respect that?
all right. So okay. So all right. So no,
Do
I'm
you,
listening.
do
So
you
is
respect
that
that
any different
response
though?
though?
Is that any different than what Twin Man just said about the torches
Man,
passed on?
but how y'all saying it is come off as hate. Like y'all just don't like Jordan.
Okay, it's not hate because let me explain something. Let me show.
And we
Let me.
from
Oh, wait.
Miami. We from Tim Hardaway, Eddie Jones,
Yes.
Zoe.
Yes.
Like they were just killing us in the playoffs. Like
No, they were killing us. They
yeah,
were Bulls.
yeah. Of course, that's like they was killing us. It wasn't just Jordan he got a little team.
Yes.
He had Scott with the back on number 2. Then he
Mm-hmm.
got he ain't got on to do from Orlando the point guard.
Mm-hmm.
So and he had Robin from the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
So like dog, but it's the hate. Just say like man, Jordan what they do in the 90s.
Yeah. We always say that. Nobody's ever said Jordan wasn't the man in the 90s. That's what.
But you trying to break down like
No, because that's
bruh.
when they. Let me explain. Right? A perfect example, E. Right, we got our Facebook group. Right, I posted this. The caption clearly just says the GOAT playing year 21 in number 23. Can't
The
wait till the
GOAT.
season begins.
The
That right
GOAT.
there sparked a whole. I didn't tag everybody in this. I didn't do
You
nothing.
know why it's spark? Because
Why?
you got multiple fans who think who is their GOAT. It just the thing is, y'all LeBron fans, they trying to demolish the next previous guy. You gotta pass the torch. Like you understand? Like Jordan passed the torch to Kobe. Kobe passed it to LeBron and shit like that. You feel me?
But Jordan never passed nothing because he dropped the last dance.
Bro.
LeBron breaks
So
the scoring
after
record.
I got you right there, bro. I
Hold on, wait.
got you right there, bro. Nah, I can't. You can't.
Listen,
You
Jordan.
cap. Nah,
How
you
am I
cap.
cap? Hold on, no. Don't tell me I'm cap.
You
Don't
cap.
start. This is hold on. Hold
You
on.
cap. You cap.
This is Friday night exposure, my friend. Michael Jordan has been trying to keep his name relevant for the longest, brother. For the longest. As soon as LeBron beats the Warriors in 2016, he approved something that he was denying years prior. The guy was asking him for years, let's do this documentary. Let's do this documentary. Jordan said no. As soon as LeBron wins a championship, he decides he wants to do the documentary. Then on top of that, this whole season, every time LeBron broke a significant record, Jordan was doing something. He tried to come out with the Jordan Day. He paid ESPN for an entire Jordan Day. An entire Jordan Day was paid by Michael Jordan to keep his name alive. And we always listen. I can prove it to you. This is all going to be proof.
Just hear me out, though.
We don't even go in Jordan group.
Hear me out, though. Hear me out, though. After Jordan, who was that person in the NBA? Who would have faced?
After Jordan, it was Shaq.
Shaq when he went to LA?
Okay, so after 2003, right? So that's what you after 2003.
After Jordan. We're not counting.
With Jordan, no, I gotta make sure. You count Washington?
No, we're not counting Washington.
Okay, so after 98, it was Shaq.
When was after Shaq? Who was? When was
after
Kobe?
After Shaq, it was Duncan for a couple of years.
Then it was Kobe, right?
No, then it was LeBron. Kobe never had the title.
So, what position are you talking about? Let's go position wise.
Mm-hmm.
It was Jordan and everybody was saying Kobe going up, bro.
No, I don't care what people say. I don't care what people say. Because what people say is predicated off ESPN and Nike. The last 20 years, you guys have been watching basketball through the prism of ESPN and Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless.
I don't listen to Stephen A.
I
don't listen to Stephen A.
Look, Stephen A. was back since 2003 when he had his own show on ESPN.
I don't listen to Stephen A.
But I'm telling you, everything that we've gotten is coming from him. The 6-0 talk come from Stephen A. All the bad talk about LeBron James, all the negativity, the fact that he just said recently that nobody fears LeBron James. That's a lie. These are all lies that have been told by the media.
Yo, let's be honest. All right, we both from Miami. Let's be honest. Let's go straight to the point. We both Heat fans, right?
Yes.
LeBron came to Miami.
Yes.
I'm gonna be 100. How he did it is just, hey, he came to Miami. I was happy. Fuck you, we won some rings. But it's just he still was doing like that's like a whole other shit right there. That took a hit in this little thing though.
But Eve, do you understand that everything you saying has nothing to do with the fact that he plays basketball the best, that he is the greatest player to play the game? He had to leave Cleveland because of people
But
like you who say you have to be Michael
I
Jordan
got
to
you.
win
Now you fall for
championship.
that. You fall for that, right?
Huh?
You just fall for the trap I just gave you, right?
Okay, what trap is that, please?
Now you're not fully, since your hate full of joy. You're not listening to what I told you.
Wait again. Stop it.
No.
I do not hate on Jordan. I speak on Jordan. What hate did I say on Jordan here? What time did I say hate? No. This is not your show. Hold on, this is not your show, E. This is my show. I brought you on so that you and I can have a conversation. You're accusing me of stuff that I have not said. Again, where am I hating on Michael Jordan? If you cannot state exactly where I'm hating on Michael Jordan,
I can.
do not state it again.
I can.
Okay, so tell me why I'm hating on Michael Jordan.
Give me 2 seconds. I first started. I give you props. I said this. Jordan is that dude from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron is dude in the 2000s.
So what does that, again, how does that mean that I'm hating on Jordan? If I tell you if LeBron is the GOAT, and I'm telling you he's the GOAT
of what era?
He's the greatest of all time, because it
era?
wasn't like that with Jordan.
What
it
era?
wasn't, Jordan's just the GOAT of now, of this era. It was
what
Jordan
era?
was the GOAT, correct?
What era you talking about?
It's not about no era. The GOAT is all time, the greatest of all time. That means every period of NBA history from 1947 to
now.
To now.
Today, right?
There's not a player greater than LeBron James. Is that hating on Michael Jordan?
I'm gonna say you Zoe, actually. I fuck with you. You feel me?
See, everything you're doing is about emotions. You see this?
No. I fuck with you.
You've been following me for a while. Before this all basketball talk, you follow me through Instagram, so you know me through my personal life.
Yes, I fuck with you.
Exactly.
That's
so
what I say. I fuck with you
too. But I'm telling you,
that's what I'm trying to say is like, I get you, son, so I can't go against you because I fuck with you. But I'm a Jordan fan. Mm-hmm. I fuck with Jordan going up. Jordan's that nigga for me, bro. I'm gonna be one.
Exactly.
Like,
so you're admitting that Michael Jordan cannot be told to you as not the GOAT, and as for you, you take that as hate.
That's my opinion, dude. But
no, I got you.
But I understand your stats. I give it to you because I'm not just one-sided. I hate both sides. You feel me?
So but this is not my opinion.
As game, right? I'm saying this as game wise. Looking back, I can say like LeBron was killing shit. I'm not trash talking LeBron. He was killing shit. He was killing a lot of stuff in the league. He had to leave Cleveland because Cleveland wasn't doing nothing for him. You feel me? So he had to come back. I preferred not the whole ESPN thing, though. But I understand he had to leave Cleveland. Because you will leave Cleveland, I will leave Cleveland too. They ain't doing nothing for me, so hey, I'm about to go somewhere else and win. I'm tired of losing. You feel me?
I need to win. I have no choice but to win.
Because you got no choice. LeBron not gonna stay there and lose for 20 years. That was not gonna work.
It wasn't about him losing for 20 years. It was about that at that particular time, LeBron was so great that people were still calling him one of the best to ever play, and he still had a chance. But people like Stephen A. Smith, like I said, were on TV telling people, well, no, he has to win a championship. And until you win a championship, you cannot get the respect of the legends. That's what we held the legends to. That's what they held Jordan to. So he was holding LeBron.
You got to win rings.
Okay, he was holding LeBron to the Jordan fire. Right, because supposed to be Jordan had to win a championship even after being the great 1988 season. So now LeBron wins.
Oh, I got you.
So now LeBron wins the championship.
I got you. I understand what you're saying.
Okay, so hold on. Wait, let me finish now. Now LeBron wins the championship. Now
it makes sense.
Now when LeBron wins the championship, the question is no longer whether can he be called the GOAT. He won a championship now. Now Stephen A. Smith says, well, you know what? Jordan never lost in the finals. When he got to the finals, he took care of the job. That's called GOAT. That's why he'll never be Jordan. He'll never be Jordan. That's what they did. But listen, I'm gonna bring other people on because I got other people on.
Fuck Stephen A. though. Let me say one more thing. Fuck Stephen A. Don't listen to the nigga because what you were trying is like Stephen A. was trying to say Stephen A. don't make no sense, but it's like
that's Jordan fans.
As Jordan fans,
that's
but
Jordan fans, bro. That's Jordan fans. You're gonna go back and see yourself. You're gonna see it's Jordan fans, bro.
I'm gonna say one. This is my last thing. I'll be telling honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you. As a Jordan fan, it's hard because to pass that torch. Because man, damn, who the greatest are? We are diehard Jordan fans. Like Jordan is that like a superhero to us type of shit. You feel me? But I can be. I'm being honest. I'm being real. I'm being honest with you. But be realistic, the shit LeBron doing, I mean, shit. I ain't see Jordan did shit like that, dude. You feel me? I mean, and Jordan took a couple years off play baseball. Like, even that baseball shit, that Jordan was that nigga, bro. But LeBron, let's be realistic. He just hold it down for 20 plus years. It just. Can I ask you a question, though? You fuck with LeBron, or you a LeBron fan, or you a Heat fan?
I'm a Heat fan, and I like LeBron James. I like so if you want to say that I'm a LeBron fan, yeah, because I like LeBron fan. But I'm also a fan of Jason Tatum. I'm also a fan of John
Morant. Fuck Boston.
I'm just saying I'm a fan of basketball. I like all
Boston.
These players. I don't. Let me answer the question, Ian. I'm gonna let you go right now, brother. Okay?
No. I have two serious questions for you though.
Well, okay, so let me answer because you're not letting me speak, Ian, because I got other people coming up. You gotta let me speak. I'm not gonna be here all night. Listen, I like basketball. I like basketball. Basketball is what I like. From what I see from right now to understand, Jordan fans don't like basketball. They only like Michael Jordan. They don't like basketball. They love
basketball.
I'm just saying, if you like basketball, then you would appreciate LeBron James. Then you could appreciate Kevin Durant. You could appreciate all these other guys.
I'm not no hater, dude. I'm not.
But that's what you don't get. That's what you don't get. The hate come from Jordan fans. We can't talk about anybody being great without Michael Jordan fans coming in and saying, no, this is what greatness is. You guys literally dictate to us what we can call great or not. And that's why GOAT James Kingdom exists, because I can't even go on NBA groups to talk about basketball without a Jordan fan telling me I don't know basketball. And I have to go create my own group, and we just reached 35,000 members this past week because people don't Michael Jordan fans don't allow us to talk basketball. I can't even say players are great without somebody telling me, oh, this era's soft. All of this stuff is predicated on keeping Michael Jordan's legacy and name alive. So I'm gonna answer one more question, bro. I'm gonna let somebody else come up.
Here's my question for you. As you're a basketball fan, you're a Heat and you in LeBron. So how far you think? What change you think the Heat should do to improve to go farther in the playoffs? And also, what's your vision on the Lakers?
The Lakers are definitely, this is what I think. I think the Lakers are going to be in a good position because if LeBron can stay healthy for the good 20, 30 games to start the season, and they have that roster, I think they'll start off the season very well. It's really going to be predicated if LeBron James and Anthony Davis can play over 60 games. One of them have to play 70 games. One of them. I don't know who's going to do it. They'll have a chance to make a playoff. As far as our Heat goes, the Damian Lillard thing is holding us back, man. I hate when Pat Riley does this. He did this for Kevin Durant.
It's not Pat Riley, though. It's Portland.
No, it's him. It's him. It's Pat Riley because Pat Riley's trying to win another championship, and I got it. I understand that. But
he
holding the team hostage right now.
He offered a trade with Portland.
But they're not gonna. But Portland's not gonna budge. So at the end of the day, this is what you got to do. You got to tell Dame, listen, man, we're not gonna sit here and wait for you. I'm sorry, your team's not budging. We're gonna move on. I don't mind getting James Harden. We need a
point. Yes. Now you lost him on that.
I'm gonna let you go.
James Harden. You lost him on James Harden now, though. I'm gonna call back next. I'm gonna call next week, though.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna explain.
I'm gonna call back next week, though, bro. Keep it up, though. Keep it up, though.
Not Look, Yes, I want a point guard. James Harden just won the assist title. You guys are the funniest of the funniest. You Jordan fans love to talk about things, but you guys disrespect people at the whim easily. I mean, completely. I mean, it doesn't make no sense how quick you just. The man just won the assist title. He just won the assist title. How is he not valuable? He can come to the Heat and be perfect.
I'm just gonna tell you what it is, bro. Is that in crunch time he shrank? That's what it is.
Okay, let's deal with it. This is exposure. Is
No. I'm talking like for real, like Bakari. Come on, bro. Let's not act like he didn't shrink in those games against Golden State when he was up. Now, there were circumstances. Chris Paul did get hurt, but let's not act like he didn't shrink.
What do you mean by shrink? Because
he didn't play well. I'm not going to sit here and say he cost games like he just couldn't get his shot to fall.
Okay, you said that was against what? Golden State, right?
Golden State. Yes, Chris Paul did get hurt. Chris Paul did get hurt, but I forgot which game it was. I think it was game
29, 5.5, and 6. So 5.5.
But you talk about what he averaged the series. I'm talking about the individual games.
Yeah, no doubt. We're gonna get to it.
He didn't play well every game that series. You know he didn't.
Okay, so they were up 3-1 going into game 5, right? James Harden goes in. He was a +8 on the box plus minus, right? He goes 5 for 21. He goes 0 for 11 from 3-point land. He goes 9 for 9. He goes 9 for 9, and he had 19 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. He did have what's it called? 6.
Now, what did he do the first 3 games?
Okay, yeah, hold on. We're gonna go to that right now. I just want to keep looking at this because looking at this right now, he was a +8 on the court, and PJ Tucker was a +14.
I'm not saying he wasn't a plus.
Wait. Chris Paul was a -13, and Chris Paul was
right. But at this point, that's when they started finding out he was hurt. He was playing hurt.
Well, okay. So we giving Chris Paul a pass. Is what you're saying right now? That's what you're saying.
I'm not giving Chris Paul a pass. Chris Paul got hurt though, but you still expect your superstars to perform.
All right, so we're gonna go to the previous game. Let's go to game 4, where they won 95-92 in Golden State to take the 3-1 lead. James Harden has 30 points. He goes 11 of 26, 3 of 12 from 3-point land. He is a -5 in the box plus minus.
Right.
Chris Paul scores 27 points. Goes 10 of 20 from the field, 5 of 9.
Yeah, I remember that game.
And he's a plus in that one. So you had a good game by him. They were playing really slim. They were playing 7 people. Wow. Let's go to game 7.
Let's go to game
6. Let's go to game 6, right?
I thought we were at game 6. My bad.
Game 5, right? James Harden goes 10 of 24. 4 for 12 from the field, 32 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds, but he had 9 turnovers, and they all had a horrible box plus minus. They got blown out this game, 115-86. So they were all negative. Clint Capella was a -32.
But let's be real here. Yeah, Clint Capella. Yeah. James Harden put up those 32 points. But a lot of that was empty towards the end of the game, bro. Come on. You know it was, man.
Yo, what's good, King John? What's good, brother? Yo, listen.
A lot of that was empty.
It's not because again, it's a team thing. So Harden is trying to do his thing. We know Harden's gonna have the ball a lot. He's gonna take his threes. So let's go to game 7, right? So now we get to a game 7. They got blown out in game 6 in Golden State. They're back at home in a game 7. And Kevin Durant goes off for 34. Stephen Curry goes off for 27. Klay Thompson goes off for 19. And then you get there, Harden goes off for 32 points. He goes 12 of 29, 2 for 13 from 3-point line. Obviously, he was missing his threes.
That's why I said his shot wasn't falling.
Yeah, his shot wasn't falling. But now, if we really want to go to it, all right, let's go to the example, right? Because you were saying that he was getting the garbage points, right?
Yeah, I felt like a lot of that was garbage towards the end of the game, man.
Now, okay, so the game they got blown out. He had 15 in the first quarter.
Right. He
had 7 in the second quarter, so he had 22 at halftime. and he was a plus 13 at that time at halftime. And at halftime, they were actually winning the game. They started losing in the third quarter.
Yeah, that Golden State did what they normally do in the third.
Okay, so here we go. In the third quarter, James Harden was the only person to score besides two other people. He scored 10 points. They scored 16 points in the third quarter. James Harden scored 10 of them, going 4 for 8 from the field and 2 for 5 from three-point land. PJ Tucker's the other. Eric Gordon's the other person to score, and Gerald Green scores. Everybody else misses a shot. They go 6 of 15 in that fourth quarter, while Golden State goes 11 of 21. Klay Thompson goes off for 12 points. Stephen Curry goes off for 9 points. So between Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson alone, they outscored the whole. So Harden's being held accountable for this. You see what I'm saying? This is why I be trying to say, like, this is why I try to tell people, like, man, they be like, oh, you just looking at the numbers. You ain't see the game. Bro, you didn't see the game. You don't remember what you watched. You watched the game, then you went to ESPN and they told you James Harden messed up.
No. I think what it is that they're holding James Harden to a superstar standard. Let's be real here. There was nights Jordan had monster nights, and I'm just being fair. He had monster nights. His team lost, and they held him accountable. Let's be real. They would tell Jordan he was chucking up shots, and he wasn't getting his teammates involved.
That was in the 80s. Never again.
I mean, you right. I mean, true. That's when the propaganda started happening, and Jordan could do no wrong. He walked on water. It was 5-on-1.
And who was broadcasting those games during the 80s? CBS. Mm-hmm. And how long was CBS broadcasting NBA games for? For like 30 years.
Yeah.
So they had a veteran mindset. They had
I was going to say NBC, mindset. But I was like, no, there was somebody before that.
NBC came after CBS.
Yeah.
The 1991 season was the first time,
yep.
And that's when the propaganda began. That's why I call these guys ESPN NBC fans, because they remember the highlights,
right?
More than they remember the actual game.
Because I was going to say in the 80s, Jordan used to get crucified. Even when he used to put up monster numbers, they would say in the 80s he was killing his team. But see, again, nobody wants to talk about that. Like, I wanted just to comment on what he was saying. First question he asked you is, why do you hate Jordan? How is people telling factual things about Jordan hate?
He couldn't explain that. He couldn't explain how I was hating on Jordan, other than the fact what he was basically saying is like, how do you not like Jordan as much as I like Jordan? Enough to make Jordan the GOAT no matter what.
I have a question, Bakari. Who says we don't like Jordan?
They say, that's what I told. I keep explaining them to this. Who says we don't like Jordan?
Telling the truth about him is not disliking him. It's just telling the truth. Like, people think, like, how many times have you heard, oh, y'all don't ever want to talk about 2011. Y'all don't hold him accountable for that. Nah, we do. He didn't play well.
I think it's different. It's not he didn't play well. He played the system that was set up for that series. He did exactly what the Heat wanted him to do, which was be the ball facilitator. They couldn't score because it was a slow-paced NBA. The Mavs made it so you couldn't shoot threes. So the Mavs playing a zone. Who's going to shoot a three for the Miami Heat in 2011?
Nobody, really.
So you can play zone all day.
D-Wade's not really a three-point shooter. LeBron James is a streaky three-point shooter. Chris Bosh is really a three-point shooter. Mario Chalmers, he shoots them, but he's not a three-point shooter like that. Did they have Mike Miller yet?
Listen, they did have Mike Miller. And if you go look, again, this is why I tell people you got to look at the numbers. If you go look at the numbers, Mike Miller was averaging 15 minutes per game the first 4 games. All of a sudden, after after game 4, he started to play over 20 minutes more, and they started giving Chalmers less minutes because they realized you have to shoot the ball.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Oh, I got Craig coming up. Let me talk to Craig right quick. I got Craig. Let me talk to Craig, man. All right. 2 minutes, man. Craig, what's good, brother?
Yo, you can hear me?
I can hear you, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What took y'all so long? I was waiting for the video on Monday.
No, you got the video on Sunday. Brandon made the video about you on Sunday.
I didn't see that video.
Oh, you didn't see that video?
Mm-mm.
Oh, man.
I was waiting. I knew you was going to make a video. I was like, yeah, he going to make a video on Tuesday, on Monday, one of those days. I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for it because I got to. I'm waiting for it.
I was gonna make it. It was gonna come out Monday, but Brandon dropped one on Sunday about you, and the one he did was funny because you know you had light issues, you had some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
And he kind of poked fun at you for that one. So I'm gonna tag you on it. It's available. It's available. He only posted it on Facebook. It's actually on our YouTube channel. I'm surprised you didn't see that. But yo, Craig, man, explain it because you know we always be having fun back and forth with the GOAT.
Oh yeah, I didn't take nothing of it. I didn't see my post.
I know that. Listen, trust me. You know what an exposed video is. You know what an exposed video is. But my question to you is, why is it that we are considered haters of Michael Jordan beyond the little trolling that we do? Because I know the trolling has something to do with it.
I don't think y'all hate Jordan. Everybody has their own opinion. I don't hate LeBron. I don't know why people think I hate LeBron. I don't hate LeBron. I think he's the second best player of all time. If that's considered hate, then I guess I'm a hater.
No, you definitely don't hate on LeBron. You couldn't be on GOAT James Kingdom show hating on LeBron. So the fact that you come on every Sunday lets us know that you are definitely not a hater of LeBron James. Because you know that's the thing, bro. A lot of these guys are not really Jordan fans. They're just LeBron haters. And Jordan makes it easier for them. You see what I'm trying to say? To hate on LeBron James.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's vice versa.
Well, no, not true. No, because like I said, Craig, when I bring up stuff like this, Craig, we you brought it up with me and we talked about it before, and you always crack jokes about it. The idea of the stats, you know what I'm saying? Let me see here. Let me put it up here for you. Because that's the thing with LeBron James fans, we use the stats. You see what I'm saying? We use actual basketball terminology. You just heard the brother up just now talking about all these things about Michael Jordan, but none of it predicated towards actual basketball talk. It was all about how Michael Jordan made him feel and how he liked Michael Jordan, and it was in an attachment to Michael Jordan. You see what I'm saying?
Let's get something straight. I didn't like Jordan when he was playing because all he was doing is winning. Like, to me, it was boring because the same team kept winning and winning.
Yeah, I hear that all the time, right? But you're not a hater, right? You grew out of that, right? Eventually, you grew out of that. You realized, because I did too. I hated Jordan growing up because I was like,
yeah, because everybody in my school were Bulls fans. Like, y'all live in New York. How y'all never been to Chicago? Like,
same thing. I'm from Miami. How the fuck y'all Bulls fans? Exactly. You're from Miami. How y'all Bulls fans? You see what I'm saying?
Never been there. You even know. You think Chicago's a state, man? Come on.
But I'm saying that was being young and immature, not understanding basketball. Now, once I got into my 20s, right? Because by that time I played. I used to play basketball every day. My only organized basketball thing that I can say where I played with referees was playing for the Boys and Girls Club. But we still had a coach that taught us a few things. You understand what I'm trying to say? You still learn things just playing basketball, being around all kind of basketball people. So you get older, you start to realize stuff. So I realized, damn, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. But then comes LeBron James. And then I get 10 years going into 2015, 2016. It's like, damn, it's hard to treat LeBron James the way we used to treat Jordan. It's like, damn, this guy's just great. But we use the actual numbers. We use the stats. We use the accolades. We use things that pertain to actual basketball. But they don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about how Jordan makes them feel and how there's no way
they
you
talk
can
about it. I just don't like what they talk about because everything is to me, they say the same thing over and over and get redundant. Like, you can't change the fact that he's 6-0. Okay, we get that. Like, Havlicek is 8-0. We know that. Other people got more rings. We know that. But the thing is, see what it is y'all attack stuff like that because there's more people that has more rings than Jordan. And everybody knows it's not really about just the 6-0. Because like you said, Havlicek is 8-0. Bill Russell's 11-1. It's not about the actual 6-0 number.
No, but Craig, do you remember? Because see, this is why I tell people about ESPN. Because ESPN started taking over basketball in 2002, right? I remember when people were saying LeBron was the GOAT in 2009, and I remember Stephen A. Smith going on ESPN telling people specifically, like, "Yo, LeBron cannot be the GOAT." Jordan, matter of fact, he slipped up and said something similar to LeBron being the GOAT, and he said Jordan checked him. He said he remembers seeing Jordan pull up on him in a limo. He gave this whole spiel about how Jordan checked him and told him, "Yo, don't ever ever disrespect us. We've been through it, and obviously he remembered Jordan having to go through the fire to be the GOAT. So at that time he stated, "Yo, you have to win a championship, right?" Then LeBron wins in 2012, and now all of a sudden it's no, he's not undefeated in the finals. You have to be. That's when the 6-0 started, right there in 2012 when LeBron won his first NBA championship. Because now I was like, well, now you can't hold it from him. Everything else is his. I'm gonna send you a link in a second, Anthony. I got you, brother. I'm gonna send it to you. Check the matter of fact, if anybody wants the link, it's on GOAT James Kingdom. Go to our YouTube channel, click on it, and the link is there. But I'm gonna put it on Facebook as well. But yeah, to get to that point, Craig, that's where the 6-0 started. That's the whole notion of the 6-0, bro. Is that right there? Stephen A. Smith,
I don't even know why they start the 6-0. I would just say 6 final MVPs because no one got 6 final MVPs. Like I don't understand the 6-0.
That's why. See, Craig, but that's why you are part of GOAT James Kingdom because you're not a hater, bro. You know what I'm saying? You look what you just said. You know what I'm saying? Like you brought actual facts to the discussion. These guys don't do that. Like that's a big thing. 6 finals MVPs is hard to trump. Even when we say Bill Russell would have more, he doesn't have more. You understand what I'm trying to say? So we can't say he has more. But that's the thing right there, man.
Honestly, I just think about it. I think Bill Russell would have at least 6 because I say Cosby was one of the least 2. Havlicek was an MVP. So he would have won some.
Havlicek would have 2. He would have 2. He would have the one in 69, and he would have the one that he has now, which is the one I think he won in 74. So
that's
that would
10
be
right there, and he can't win it as a coach. You can't be MVP as a coach.
But
so he would have at least 6 with Jordan, and then the 11 rings would trump the 6. You got 6 final MVPs with 11 rings.
Yeah. Hey, the link is up there, Anthony. The link is up, man. Come through, man. You can't be on. He said you can't be on Facebook and want to come and get the link. Yeah, that's right. Let them know, Ghost. You guys got to know what's up. But Anthony is a part of the GOAT James Kingdom affiliates. But hey, Craig, let me show you something, Craig. This is what we're talking about when you already know the trouble we go through just saying LeBron's the GOAT. We don't even have to talk about Jordan. But look what they say.
You should see the trouble I go through by saying he's not the GOAT.
No, but check this out. No, check this out. No, check this out. This is a Jordan fan posting something about Michael Jordan that they're sharing. It goes here. If we go to seasons MVPs, MJ over LeBron. If we go to finals MVPs, MJ over LeBron. If we go to defensive player of the year, MJ over LeBron. If we go to three-peats, twice over LeBron. If we go to never saw a game 7 in the finals. What is that, Craig? Here we go. You said that before. You said it more steals.
I said he never. Yeah, I made a post. Yeah, I was trolling.
No, you said that on the show before. I've heard you say that on the show before. Talking about he never took a game 7, and then you say,
"Oh no, I said that on Brandon's post when he said you needed to go when he made a post about LeBron and Jordan. Who you taking? I'm like, hold on. Jordan never had me in that position for a game 7 in the finals, so I can't.
You can't say that. Okay, and he goes. If we go by more steals, MJ over LeBron. They don't want to talk rebounds. They don't want to talk assists, right? Then this is the icing on the cake that I love. If you want to talk slam dunk contests, we can't talk player of the month, but Jordan fans could bring up the slam dunk contest. How'd that make you the GOAT? Greg?
Nah, that just put some extra money in your pocket for that weekend. Nah, but you really gotta, I was just thinking about, you really gotta. That man did literally everything that season.
Yeah.
Everything. Like the only thing he didn't win was a team accomplishment, which I don't really consider to make you great or not. That's the only thing he was missing.
All right, listen, Craig. Listen. This is your people's, Craig. This is you. I always tell you got to take one for the team. You and Ralph don't want to, but y'all got to take one for the team. Because I was like, look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 things written here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are basketball related. Number 7 is the slam dunk contest. We can say that's basketball related. So that's 8. The next thing is, even if you want to call it basketball, is global influence, sneaker sales, jersey sales. Even though LeBron's the number 1 jersey sales, his jersey sales are going to go up again because he didn't change his number again, right? Then you have here, he says, who never did rest management? Jordan rested for 4.5 years. Then they put TV ratings. He said, "Who never jumped from team to team?" And then the last one is if y'all gonna tell the story, tell the whole story. Is that the whole story for the GOAT conversation, Craig? Huh?
No. Oh, you hear me? I said no.
But I heard you. Now let me ask you this: is there more? I'm gonna bring you right up to him, man. I'm gonna bring you up to him, man, and we all can have a conversation because I know you can speak well with Craig. What's it called? So tell me honestly, Craig, are there more LeBron fans like this right here, or are there more Jordan fans like this right here?
Oh no, I can tell you there's more Jordan fans like that because of majority of the people who think he the GOAT. And I will say a percentage of that just think he don't even care for him. They just don't want to say LeBron is the GOAT.
So Craig, I got a question, bro.
Craig, that was the bomb right there, Craig. Good job, Craig. Go ahead.
So Craig, I said this to Bakari earlier. I said Jordan fans don't want to do what has naturally been done in the NBA since its inception. So you'll have the Bill Russells who will dominate the league. Then you'll have Wilt and Kareem come along, dominate the league, basically taking it from Bill. Then you'll have Magic and Bird, and I forgot to say Isaiah, come in, dominate the league, and take it from them. Then Jordan comes along. You see what I'm saying? We can go down the line of players who sat here and just took it over. Then Jordan came along, dominated the league. Kobe had his time for a little bit of time. Shaq had his time for a little bit of time. Olajuwon had his time. Duncan had his time. But if we're talking about just dominating the league in such a way to where you stood above the rest, you can't really put them up there. Maybe Shaq, maybe Duncan. But Jordan had his time. And every time somebody came along, you heard the same thing. We've never seen this before. LeBron's come along and has done that. And instead of naturally done what the NBA has, what NBA fans have always done, they are determined to die on this hill and say Jordan can't be surpassed. Why is that, Craig?
What do you mean can't be the path? You mean
he can't be surpassed? Like
let's be real, Craig. The goalpost shifts every single time. I sat here and mentioned how Jordan was considered the GOAT after championship number 3. So you didn't need 6. Bakari just explained where the 6-0 thing came from. You see what I'm saying? So why is it every time LeBron surpasses expectations, the goalpost is moving another 100 yards to keep him from where we already know he is?
Well, everybody's been through that. I mean, Kareem was the same way. How can y'all call Jordan to go with 3 rings? I'm sitting here with 6 championships, 6 league MVPs. I'm pretty sure he felt the same way.
Well, again, I was a kid then, but from my history, from looking back at it, the older guys like the Kornheisers, these old journalists, they just didn't fight the new journalists that kept calling Jordan the GOAT. They just was like, you know what? It's the 90s. We're all making money off of Jordan. Everybody's getting paid off of Jordan. Everybody. Salaries is going up everywhere in every sport. It doesn't matter what sport you was in, because Michael Jordan showed people that you can generate money with these athletes. There was so much money out there for everybody. Everybody got paid off Michael Jordan. That's why I tell people that if you want to go to that would make him the GOAT. But again, we're not talking basketball.
Right. I've heard people say Jordan is the GOAT off the Gatorade commercial, bro. Like, I'm being real. I heard people call Jordan the GOAT off of I Believe I Can Fly. Like,
well,
can
like I said, I probably never said it out loud, but shit, if y'all want to call LeBron the best basketball player all the time, y'all go ahead. People just think Jordan is the greatest athlete because he got everything in an athlete you can want in an athlete. So if y'all want to stick, y'all want to keep it to basketball, LeBron can have it. Jordan gonna take it for the whole.
What does LeBron don't have? That's what I don't understand. What LeBron
that's the craziest thing ever. Because I'm always going to take the bigger, stronger, faster player. That's not Jordan.
With skill.
With skill.
Yeah, because it's not just because LeBron's bigger, faster, stronger. He actually has skills.
He has Karl Malone's height and size with basically Jordan's athleticism, if you want to say that.
Hey, you know what? Now that you say that, we're doing the top 50 greatest, right? And we actually, that's going to be not this Sunday shows. It's going to be next Sunday show on the 30th. We're going to do the top 50 greatest, Go James Kingdom top 50 greatest players of all time. George Mikan was listed at 6'10", 245.
No, I didn't know that.
And he was considered a beast back then. They had to change rules for him then because he was so dominant. But, obviously, I'm just trying to explain, like, you were talking about him being Karl Malone size. It's true because Karl Malone is like 6'9", 6'10", 250, 260.
But let me ask y'all this. So, I mean, y'all keep this is just based off of a particular, because y'all mentioning Karl Malone and George Mikan as being the size and as the same size as LeBron, but they played differently from him. They didn't play exactly like him.
We get that.
That's what the man is saying though, because that's what he's saying. Imagine somebody with that size, with the speed, and then the skill on top of it.
But it's not. We're talking about a 6'9", 200 and we'll say 50-pound dude with the point guard handle, sprinting in transition. Karl Malone's not doing that.
Yeah, because he's getting on the block and getting you 10 rebounds a game.
But see, that's my thing. I want a triple threat. You can LeBron scoring on all three levels at that size, and he can guard all 5 positions. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not sitting here saying you do this, Craig, but that's literally overlooked. Like they try to underrate LeBron as a defender, but we forget how he played defense on D Rose in playoff games. Tony Parker in playoff games, then turned around and guarded Tim Duncan. Why are we acting like we don't see these things?
That's prime LeBron too. That's prime LeBron. But let me ask you this though. Okay, so because I was just thinking about his handles, right? Because Craig said something about the rebounds. Obviously, he's a small forward, so he's not going to be able to get you.
Oh, but hold up. Bakari, remember, Michael Jordan has more offensive rebounds.
I don't even talk about the rebounds for a 6'6" guard. For a 6'6" guard to average one less rebound than a 6'9", 245 small forward, that's one less rebound.
But see, hold up, that matters, Craig.
Do it that way.
No, I got Craig there, but people forget Jordan was also a big guard. Jordan's a big two guard. He's not a small 2 guard, huh?
He's not 6'9".
Yeah, he's not 6'9",
but he's 6'6".
But I got told people.
You telling me 3-inch difference? You only required to get one.
In basketball, a 3-inch difference is massive.
So why he only get one more rebound than him?
No, but the 3-inch difference could give him the 1.5, the 1.5, 2 rebounds that he got more than other shooting guards. Right? I mean, I don't know what Joe Dumars averages, but or any one of those guards from back in those days. But yeah, again, Jordan is a phenomenal player. Jordan's great enough to where he can average 6 rebounds per game.
Okay.
But LeBron James, right? He has to do so many things that he has to know where his boundary.
Well, why is right? that? If he has this power to get the certain type of players where he don't have to exert all this energy doing everything, why does he still does it?
Because he had to. No, that's on the organization.
No, because guess what? Because first of all, he had to because when he first started in Cleveland, right? Then second, when he went to Miami and he decided to not do it, and y'all pick him for saying that he's not the man. Because to y'all, the man has to be the guy who scores. So you're asking LeBron to do something that somebody else can do almost just as good as him, but to give up something that nobody can do as good as him, which is be the ball facilitator and be the actual guy who gets the offense set up. There's not been a player on LeBron James' team that could do that better than him. So how can he give that up and then y'all gonna say he doesn't score? Because that's the thing. He's paying attention to the media. He had to. He told you that he stopped paying attention to y'all after 2011. That's when he realized it doesn't matter what he do.
Can you imagine Jordan? In the social media age, bro?
Jordan said he couldn't do it already. He already said he couldn't do it.
They'd crucified him.
He already said he couldn't do it.
He'd have been crucified, deep fried, rotisserie, barbecue chicken. They'd have roasted Jordan. All the gambling and all the other stuff. They'd have killed him.
You know what? Oh yeah, we already know about James Harden in the strip club. It would have been Jordan is in another casino.
Right.
You know what? Talking about that, there's a part in the book, Jordan Rules, where he talks about where there was a game where Jordan couldn't get his shot off. He couldn't find his shot because it wasn't a part of the offensive scheme, and it was the way they were playing defense. And the Bulls ended up losing that game. And Jordan was upset and went to the media and was telling people that he don't like losing like this because he says that the first thing the media is going to say they lost because of Jordan. So Jordan himself was conscious or self-aware of what the media was saying back then. So I can only imagine what he would have been dealing with now in social media. I'm quite sure this whole thing with his son got him feeling uncomfortable, which would have never been news in 1992, 93, 94, or you know what I'm saying? Like we would have never known about somebody's son dating somebody's wife, ex-wife.
Like I think about it like this: all the things like LeBron is accused of now, they were saying about Jordan in the 80s. The stat padding and this, that, and the third. Yeah, Jordan can fill it up, but could he win?
They did say that.
Like we overlook all of that.
No, because they never looked.
So what is the difference between
saw
saying that and then saying when he does win, it doesn't really count because it's a team effort? Don't it cancel each other's arguments?
Hold up. I'm gonna tell you where that comes from. That comes from the fact that LeBron was clearly the man in all 4 of his championships. But what people try to do is they try to sit here and take away a lot of the credit and put it on Dwayne Wade and put it on Chris Bosh and say things like Ray Allen saved his legacy. So when I say things like, so Steve Kerr saved Jordan's legacy, Paxton must have saved his legacy. Scotty definitely saved his legacy when he had a losing record in the playoffs until he got there. You see what I'm saying? We don't want to talk about that. I've always said championship. This thing about championships has always bothered me. Because if a player's, and this is where y'all was talking about earlier, if we're going to talk about championships, there's no discussion. Bill Russell's the GOAT. But we have to bring up rings because that was the first goalpost shift. That was the very first goalpost shift. Championship.
Final MVPs, not no rings. But hey,
Well,
What's good, Anthony? Y'all say what's up to Anthony? What's good, Anthony?
Hey, I'm chilling, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a little work in an undisclosed location, but but I think they try to put together more so not only the rings but the Finals MVPs and the scoring titles, and then they'll say he's Defensive Player of the Year and MVP the same year, or led the league in steals. Even though players like Steph Curry led the league in steals, Rajon Rondo's led the league in steals, and nobody really made a big fuss about it. But since it's MJ, it's a big deal,
right?
And then at the same time, they'll overlook the fact that, well, LeBron was overlooked for awards. There was never a time where Jordan was ever overlooked for an award. They was giving him awards.
88, 89, 90, 90.
No, meaning he never. There wasn't an award that they wasn't willing to give Jordan. That's basically what he's saying. He basically won Defensive Player of the Year. That was it.
LeBron should absolutely have more than four regular season MVPs.
Exactly. Not only that, but Defensive Player of the Year. How you lose to a motherfucker that got second team all defense? Excuse my French. But yeah.
I think Braun should have won that one in 2013.
Yeah, but but people use that as an argument to hold it against him. Like, I'm gonna tell you another argument folks like to make. Well, Jordan made the playoffs his first years in the league. Why? To get swept. He one of the years he made 30 with a 30 and 52 record. Now I don't blame that on him because he didn't play most of that season, okay? But he came back the next season, they still had a losing record because they went 40 and 42. Okay, they only won 10 more games. So for me, when folks talk about who's better and you talking about impact, I think LeBron, when he came in Cleveland, he had 18 more. We brought them 18 more wins. You know what I'm saying? That was more than Jordan, who I think only gave them 8 when he first came in the league. But when it comes to just like people like me, and
a lot of that's overlooked, and the only thing we want to sit here and say is, well, Jordan made it his first 2 years. But when you put context on it,
well, they don't like context, man.
Y'all don't like.
Let him finish, man. Let him finish real quick. Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the diehard Jordan fans don't like context. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, they also say like what year that was Jordan won the finals and Pippen didn't make an All-Star team. They made such a big deal out of that, but then overlooked the fact he still made all NBA. You know what I mean? They overlooked Jordan help, like they downplayed Jordan help, and then they gas up his opponents. Okay, but then they down talk LeBron's opponents, and then gas up his help. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's a lose-lose situation when you're trying to argue with a Jordan fan that ain't really trying to see facts. You know what I mean? Because when you break all that shit down, you talking about impact on the team. It's the same guy left, and his team won 55 games without him. But then when they come and say, well, all he needed was Pippen to win. Okay, well, who did his opponents have? Okay, and then when I bring in the fact that he was winning in the expansion era, and all of a sudden, the expansion don't mean nothing. It was always an expansion. You had 6 teams in 7 years be added to the league with less than 5 years experience in that decade up until like 95, 94, 95. And then the last expansion team came into the league was in 98. And then 98, you had like 5 teams missed that didn't even win 20 games.
Came in 98.
You know what I'm saying? In 98, but I'm just saying, you know the Bulls won it all that year. And then
But
96,
who was
they went
no
7-10.
team was expanded in 98?
The Toronto Raptors.
Toronto was in 95.
That was
Okay,
95,
95.
96.
It was
But
95.
you know what?
96.
You know what?
Okay.
You know what? Another
My bad,
thing is
yeah, that was the year they won. That was the year that Bulls went 72-10. Okay, I was all about a few years, but my point is, they had the majority of the of the bulk of the teams that they added came in the same decade what Jordan dominated in. So when I talk about this man having 3 Hall of Famers in an expansion era, LeBron can't even say he had the type of help Jordan had in 96 alone. You know what I'm saying? Jordan had 2 all-defensive players that were first team, all NBA player, and a 6th man of the year, and a coach of the year. LeBron has never had that.
Ever. Never had that. Never had that.
Okay, so in that Jordan was able to win easily against teams, and his best opponents was the Utah Jazz, right? 2 Hall of Famers. And I don't take nothing from Stockton them alone, but they weren't never no threat. Elijah Wan was more of a threat, and I just find it ironic Jordan them never faced him in the finals, because I'm gonna put it like this: when folks go to talking about all them Hall of Famers Jordan beat, right? A lot of them Hall of Famers Jordan beat played in the 80s too. Like when Chuck played in the 80s, he couldn't get to the finals, but then you get in the 90s, he the only Hall of Famer on his team getting to the finals. Him, Elijah Wan, Clyde Drexler on the one did, I think I don't think he got there in 89. Was it 89 that
It was 90.
It was 90. Okay, that was the open of the decade where you had 1 Hall of Famer on the team in the finals. Now, you go look in the 80s,
Detroit
you're not
had.
gonna see that.
No. Akeem made the finals in 86.
86, yeah, but he had Ralph Sampson with him.
Yeah, but he didn't make it in 90.
No, I'm talking about Clyde Drexler.
Yeah, Clyde Drexler.
Yeah, I'm talking about. I know it's somewhere towards either end of the decade or the beginning of the decade where he made it to the finals. But my point is this: when I look at the fact and I say LeBron is better, I can easily point out times in his career where he impacted his teams way more than Jordan did. When he leaves the team, we all know what happens. You know what I'm saying? Now at this point in his career, I ain't gonna say that. Okay, he's 38, 39, know what I mean? But back when he was in his prime, you took him off the team, that team ain't competing for shit. Okay. Not only that, when you talk about back in
still 500 under 500 without him and above 500 with him. So
how do he make his teammates better that they can't win without him?
Okay, hold on,
That's
because they win more
like
games.
the oxymoron. You can't say you make your teammates better if you leave and they can't win.
Hear me out. Okay, hear me out. Daniel Boobie Gibson. When was he ever relevant outside of LeBron?
What happened?
Daniel Boobie Gibson. Know who that is?
Oh yeah, he was in his first stint in Cleveland.
When was he ever relevant outside of LeBron?
Never.
Mo Williams, same thing.
So in other words, they only relevant when LeBron is playing. You don't making them better. You just being a crutch.
Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. When LeBron is on the floor and he got guys that aren't as great, and he could get the most out of them because his presence on the floor creates so much attention that other players are able to get off. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Now,
yeah, he's not saying that when somebody says you make this person a better player, it's not that you make them a better player so that they can go on and have a great career. No, you make them a better player while you're playing with them. When you're on the court with them, now the little weaknesses that Chalmers have and these things are no longer there. Or whatever greatness they have or good they have is expanded, is bigger, it's greater. I mean, a perfect example.
So that means you're just using them. because you're not making them better for
No,
themselves.
but
You're
he's
making
trying,
them better
what
for
he's trying
you
to
to
say
do
is that,
the
what he's trying to
ultimate
say is
goal.
that, what he's trying to say is that if you
Jordan
give
made everybody better
LeBron,
than
if you give LeBron any pieces, he's going to make it work. You can't do that with other players. LeBron has more of an impact because, again, he's a ball facilitator. So we already know that. But here's a good example of what Anthony's trying to state. In 2004, when LeBron James' rookie season, right, he had Carlos Boozer, he had Darius Miles, and Ricky Davis on that team. These were all up-and-coming young guys that were drafted real early, and they were supposed to be.
You said who was the three? You said Carlos Boozer,
Darius Miles, and Ricky Davis.
Remember, Ricky Davis
Darius
played
Miles
with
was from the
Minnesota back in the
Clippers.
day.
He was the second overall pick in the Clippers.
That's what I'm
Darius
saying.
Miles.
These were all young draft picks that were supposed to be good guys that were on the Cleveland team in 2014, right? They win 35 games that season after only winning like 17 games the year before, right? They add LeBron James, right? So LeBron James makes a 17-point difference, or whoever else they add. I mean, 17-game difference. The next season, the Cleveland Cavaliers did not have Carlos Boozer. They did not have Darius Miles. They did not have Ricky Davis. The Cavaliers won 7 more games.
So they won a total of 25 more games first 2 years. They won 18 more the first, and
they were.
So who replaced them?
The guys who replaced them on that team was Drew Gooden came in for Carlos Boozer. Who replaced let me see here, 2005. Popovich replaced it.
And then you also get Larry Hughes.
No, Hughes wasn't on this team.
He wasn't
2005. Hughes was not on this team in 2005. They got Luke Jackson, they got Drew Gooden, they got Popovich. DeJohn Wagner was coming into form. This was his second year. They drafted Varejao that year. They had Robert Taylor, or they added Eric Snow and Robert Taylor.
Eric Snow,
and Drew Gooden. That's what they replaced Carlos Boozer, Ricky Davis, and Darius Miles with. And they still went from winning 35 games to winning 42 games that year.
Yeah, because
LeBron James lost help in his second season. And then don't forget, now the next season, the Cavaliers win 50 games. So LeBron wins 35 games his first year, then he wins another 7 games the next year, then he wins another 8 games just in his third
Now
year.
you see how you talk about what LeBron did and how he just discussed what Jordan did. He didn't discuss what Jordan did. He discussed who Jordan faced.
I would love. Hold on.
He was discussing who Jordan faced.
I think he was talking about his impact on winning, though, Craig. Talking about his impact on winning.
Hold on, I got it, because Jordan fans thing is, and we've talked about this, Craig, is that supposedly Jordan impacts winning. That's the main thing.
No. I just want to
LeBron has 4. Huh?
You're basically, you're not. What I'm saying is, y'all talking about what LeBron did. Y'all talk about who Jordan faced more than what Jordan did, because all he was talking about was expansion. And all.
No, that's not.
But is that factual?
Craig.
This is why I don't understand the whole thing. You cannot be blamed by who comes on the court against you. It's not your fault.
Okay, hold on. Jordan goes 38 and 42 his first NBA season, right? And 44 in his first NBA season, right? He get a pass. They made the playoffs. They give him credit for making the playoffs, right? Supposedly Jordan is the reason why they ended up winning 38 games. He doesn't play 86, so we can't go.
What game? How many games they won before he got there?
They won like 20 something. It was like 25 games.
I think they only won like 8 more games when he came to the game.
It was like 12 games. It was more than that. It was
12?
It was less than LeBron, but it wasn't. It was like 20 something games. I can go look it up right now. But either way, that when Jordan came back,
how he's just spread it a minute ago. It was
only 8
games.
Okay, I was 4 games off.
Hold on, wait, Craig, because in 87, the Bulls added players to the roster compared to what they had in 85. And Jordan still only won 2 more games than what he did in 85. So you're talking about Jordan team, right, who has a Charles Oakley.
Okay, now let's see, when Jordan loses, what he did. When LeBron loses, was who he faced against. Now, who was the team? Who was it be that way? Who did he have that was comparable to Robert Harris, Kevin McHale?
Hold up. Let me break that down right quick, bro. Let me break that down. Now, you talking about what happened when Jordan left. Did the Bulls not win 55 games without him? Did they not get cheated by?
That's example of making your teammates better when they can win without you.
That ain't got man.
No, that ain't got nothing to do. No, Craig.
They did not just come in and start
See, he talking,
winning.
bro.
And when
No,
they-
now they definitely gonna make a video about this shit because I'm about to chop your ass up. You
why they
still not
win in
bro.
'99? Why they
When
win in
we're talking
'99?
about- They ain't do shit, but being that Pippen was gone too, they're not going. You know what I'm saying? That's a wash. But let's get back to what I'm saying. Now you talk about what happened when Jordan left, right? Let me tell you something. When Jordan left, okay, we all know the Bulls won 55 games. They only lost 2 more games without him. Okay. Then you turn around when he comes back, they supposedly have a better team and face Orlando and lose. Okay, this is the same guy that's go 55 in the guard, the double nickel. He's back, and then you get embarrassed by Orlando. Okay, and then you go to next season, you face Orlando again. You don't even play as well as you did the season before, but you got reinforcements. You know what I mean? You got reinforcements. If your impact was what it was, you could have ran it back with that same team you lost with. No, you went and got Rodman.
Or you could have stayed in Cleveland, and you could have stayed in Cleveland.
Why would he stay? Hold up. Hold up. So let's compare organizations. Let's compare organization. Hold up, bro. Let's compare organization. You have an organization that gave you Scottie Pippen,
exactly.
Tony Kukoc,
gave him that. LeBron was like
Ron Harper.
They ain't smart enough.
What did they give LeBron in Cleveland?
How many games did the Cleveland Cavaliers win that season?
But see, this goes back to what bruh's saying. That's because of LeBron's impact on winning. His style of team first basketball is what helps them win.
It ain't hard to
see, Craig. See, that's what you hold on, Craig. See, that's what you don't forget to realize. The Cleveland Cavaliers were not losing with LeBron, so they never got high draft picks.
I bring up the record because
Jordan was in the lottery.
Listen, hold on. I'm gonna mute everybody. Listen. Jordan was losing. So after 1984, and when Jordan gets drafted to the Bulls, the next season they get a top 6 pick or top 10 pick in Charles Oakley. Then the next season they pick up Brad Sellers. Then the next season after that they pick up Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant. All of these guys are top 10 picks because the Bulls are not even winning games. Craig, you understand? They didn't win 50 games till 1988 when they got Scottie Pippen in them. You understand what I'm trying to say? And then that was it. But they had already made trade picks because when they went into the draft going into 88, they were still able to pick up Stacey King in the first round in the top 10 pick. Then they were able to pick up Will Perdue. Then they were able to pick up BJ Armstrong.
Okay, and the Lakers had 3 number 1 picks as an NBA champion.
The Lakers didn't have no
number 1 picks. Well, they'll make it all NBA teams. They'll make it all star teams.
But you gotta remember, you gotta remember back then it's 23 teams. So the Bulls get to pick get the top pick of the best crop players that are available. When you're talking about today's NBA draft, if you're not the first 2, 3, 4, 5 picks, it's really a crapshoot. It really is. That's why
not if they supposed to be better players than before. Everybody.
But what you fail to realize is that in Cleveland, LeBron could have never built a team the way the Bulls were built because the Bulls were losing because Jordan didn't impact winning.
Exactly.
So
the Bulls were able to build a team because Jordan couldn't win.
So basically, what you're saying is LeBron couldn't win with rugged role players. He had to go. He was so good. He had to go play with 2 other All-Stars.
For him to beat Boston, yes. For him to beat Boston, who just went to go build a team because of him.
Exactly.
Yes.
Let's put some context on it. Let's not act like they didn't build that team in Boston to stop him.
Craig, I've been through this. Let me tell you something. Do you know that same offseason, the Cleveland Cavaliers traded their first-round draft pick over to the Boston Celtics for Jerry Welsh. That same first-round draft pick turned around and got them Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett said it himself. He wanted to be on the Lakers. Boston was the second choice because Kobe answered the phone.
Craig, there were plenty of players available for Cleveland to grab. They never made the move, Craig. It has nothing to do. It wasn't because nobody wanted to come to Cleveland. They dropped the ball on Amari Stoudemire. They were going to get Amari Stoudemire in 2009 for Hickson. The Cleveland said no for Hickson.
It's a poorly run organization, bro. You're comparing the organization that gave you Scottie. That's the thing. Scottie Pippen is arguably one of, if not the best 2-way player top 3 best two-way players ever. They gave you Horace Grant. They give you Charles Oakley. He played with Robert Parrish as well. We forget he had Robert Parrish as well. Like, we acting like this notion that Jordan and LeBron James had all this help and Jordan didn't is ridiculous. That's always been a ridiculous ass narrative.
My man say Robert Parrish.
Why we acting like Robert Parrish wasn't him?
No. On that Bulls team, you know who's on that Bulls team? I just realized that you had Robert Parrish, you had Dennis Rodman, you had James Edwards was on that team. That was another Detroit Pistons. You had John Sally on that same team.
They had a bunch of Pistons. Zeke talked about it. He said, "You talk about my team so bad, but then turn around, have down them a whole team on your roster." Yeah. Go look it up. Zeke busted his head over.
This is why they say, Craig, this is why the guy was saying we hate on Jordan, because look how we talk about Jordan.
No, but this is my
We're not
point
saying
exactly.
nothing. We're not saying nothing about Jordan to make him look bad. We're just talking about him normally. We talk about him like how y'all talk about every other player that existed in basketball history. But it's for some reason only Jordan cannot be spoken of in this manner.
And spoken of in what manner?
I just want to know where the lies are. Where are we telling a lie?
And where am I telling a lie? Where am I telling a lie?
No, what Craig
did he not win 60 plus games? Was he not the number 1 seed?
No, what Craig is saying that once we start knocking Jordan for all of this, then everything that we boost LeBron for gets knocked out of the way as well. But like we try to explain to him, we don't use those things. We don't use narrative to make LeBron the GOAT.
We don't do them tactics. We don't play them games.
Saying LeBron James had the greatest finals performance in 2016 and the reason why he's the GOAT has nothing. That's not a narrative. That's an actual performance that we could all say, was one of the greatest things we've seen in our lifetime. That man balled out.
Facts.
But hold on. It has to be diminished. Why? Because he didn't hit the last shot.
See?
Am I lying, no, Bakari? What do they say? Well, he would have never hit it. Kyrie Irving saved his legacy. Because Kyrie Irving had that clear mismatch on him.
That's what they say. But fuck the block. Yeah. Just fuck that goddamn block on Iguodala. That ain't mean shit, And then now
get the back-to-back 40-point game.
Triple-double. Fuck the triple-double. The man had a triple-double that game. He had a triple-double in game 7 of the NBA Finals, win or lose. He had a triple-double after back-to-back 40-point game.
But hold on. It's a game 7. You see what I'm saying? Jordan would have never saw a game 7. But this is what I'm talking about. I'm saying it in this way because this is the ridiculous nature in how people talk about LeBron James. Because he's seen game 7s, that means he can't be the GOAT.
And this is why, but that's a number of narratives they like to play on. Okay, or Jordan never seen the game 7. Of course, he ain't gonna see a game 7 when you playing against mediocre ass teams. Or Jordan beat more 51 teams than anybody else, and the Bulls still had more wins than them. So what the hell that tell you? When Miami Heat was making it to the playoffs, they won like 50-some games and lost in 5. Okay, and the Heat was happy they won. I remember that shit. We thought we won. We was going to the final. I would say we thought we celebrated, but we knew we weren't winning another motherfucking game after that.
Let me ask y'all a question. Craig, are you there? Craig.
I think he's back now. He'll probably jump back.
Oh, no, he ain't. No, something happened. Hold on, wait. Something happened. He's back. He's back here. Hold on. Craig, let me ask you a quick question. Michael Jordan never got pushed to a game 7 in the NBA Finals. But when has Michael Jordan ever pushed anybody to a game 7? Or did he just say, F it, I'm just going to lose this game anyway because I don't want to go game 7s? How many times did Jordan
he pushed Detroit to a game 7?
Once. He did it once. So that means when Jordan is down 3 games, he quits. When he's down 3-2, 3-1, he quits. I got the evidence to prove it to you. Elimination.
Yeah, he did the same shit in the Olympics. When playing against some young boys, they would get their ass whooped. Jordan would go easy and set his ass down. Like, no, I ain't be a part of this catastrophe.
Like again, it's always been the narrative pushing for me for Jordan. Even when I was young, I'm like, why are we making this? Because y'all know the narratives. Nobody ate on Jordan's watch. And then they'll use the 6 years he won the championship. So when I sit here and say, well, it's hard for somebody else to win the championship when, he won the championship that year. and then they'd be like, name some players who won championships during Jordan's era. I say Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas. They didn't win when he won. Well, nobody else could win when he won. He won the championship that year, but you said name 18.
No, I would say Larry Bird. The only two players that won championships for the first time when Jordan was playing would be Isaiah Thomas, who was the star of their team, would be Isaiah Thomas, Akeem Olajuwon. Magic and Bird was already NBA champions before Jordan played, so there's no way he could prevent them from not winning a championship.
That is not how that works, Craig. That is not how that works.
They did win.
I got this. So 2007 don't count then, because 2007 don't count because he was already a champion.
Huh?
2007 shouldn't count then because the Spurs were already champions. So he didn't. The Spurs didn't.
I would have said Duncan don't count. Period. Duncan won championship before LeBron came in the league.
Yeah,
but see, this is the tortured logic with that. We literally have to sit. I'm sorry, that's twisting yourself in the knot to make this man seem like he never lost. Like he did.
He did lose. He only got 6 out of 15. We talk
right,
about
but again, we only make it seem like those 6 years matter. I'm not saying you do that, but people only make it seem like those 6 years matter because that has always been a lie. Nobody else won championships when Jordan came in the league.
But
that's a lie.
Show when we was going back about the assists and totals thing, they was getting on me. I'm pretty sure you seen the video when I was saying basically averages show you how great you are, and totals show you how long you played. And I gave.
Craig, you did not just say that right now on the show, Craig.
But Craig, I wanted to say something to you about that, Craig. That is the craziest logic I have ever heard in my life, bro.
Hey, man.
That is the craziest logic I've ever heard in my life.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this one last thing, and then I'm gonna let y'all boys get 2 minutes, and we're gonna get up out of here, man. Craig froze up. Listen, we have established that the narratives that we deal with in the GOAT conversation is primarily things that began with ESPN, Sports Center, or the roundtable discussions that they created. These are the actual these are the actual narratives that we hear. We hear it all the time. We hear, like you said, the not going to game 7s, the 6-0s, and the game impact and never losing. All these other stuff. All this started with ESPN because for the last 20 years, since 2002 till today, ESPN has been feeding us stuff. And TNT is the same thing. We don't get no basketball knowledge from TNT. So we know why the narratives are so strong is because we've been hearing it for 20 years. So, Anthony, I'm gonna let you go in, and then Twin Man, you can finish up and end it, man. So go ahead, Anthony, man.
All right, well, I'm gonna say this, man. For the folks out there who swear to God I'll be hating on Jordan, first of all, I am a basketball fan, and I don't be with the captain. But if we gonna keep it real about impact, we already know LeBron is miles ahead of him in that category for many reasons. Now, a lot of folks like to talk down on LeBron's opponents, and I ain't speak on much of that, but the Bulls' biggest competition in the East after 91 was the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks only had one perennial All-Star, one Hall of Famer, okay, one guy that probably made all defense consistently. I ain't look up Patrick Ewing stats like that. But outside of him, there was a bunch of blue-collar basketball players, okay? The Knicks played the Bulls like 5 times. So when I look at the fact that what LeBron has done with 07 Cleveland with no Hall of Famers and got to the finals, and folks overlooked that because why? He lost to a team that had 4 Hall of Famers. Okay. So at the end of the day, I'm just gonna leave it at that, man. Folks you can like who you like, but if we talk about impact, Jordan don't measure up. I'm sorry, he don't even measure up to Kareem. Kareem won wherever he went, just like LeBron has. Okay. So you gotta take it into consideration. And they understand how much these players mean to their teams outside of their absence. So I'll leave it at that. Y'all go ahead.
That was so. You just breaking in and out, but we got you, bro. And listen, that's Anthony Wilson, y'all. Y'all can check him out. He's always on Facebook, letting Jordan fans have it, dropping facts about the 90s. Y'all can check him out on Facebook, and he definitely lets you have it. If you want to have the one-on-one with him, he'll let you have it. He'll go live in an instant. So go ahead, Twin Man. It's on you, brother. Let me unmute you. Oh, I can't unmute because it chose me. Okay, go ahead.
Am I good?
Yeah, you good now. Go ahead. My bad.
I'm just gonna say this. We need to stop sitting here acting like the torch cannot be passed on to someone who has been this great this long. LeBron James is great for so many reasons, and he is the GOAT for so many reasons. The goalpost has to stop shifting. Jordan had his time. His time was absolutely amazing. I will never take anything away from what Jordan did on the court because you can't. The man came in dominant, and I'm gonna be honest, he left on a whimper. You have a man right now getting ready to go into year 21, still literally, more than likely, top 10, top 15 still in the league at 39. And what we do is we diminish that to keep someone else's legacy alive, because at the end of the day, it's just has to be ridiculous. Let this man have his spotlight, bruh. We gotta stop diminishing the man's greatness. We just have to stop doing it. Jordan had his run. I'm sorry, somebody has finally come along. Everybody thought it was going to be Kobe, but it wasn't. But somebody has finally come along and actually put it all together. Let the man have his time.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Appreciate you, man. That is Twin Man. Y'all know where to catch Twin Man at. He be on GOAT James Kingdom show Sunday noon Eastern time. We be talking basketball in the GOAT conversation. Craig, stand up for the real Jordan fans, man.
All right, yo, peace out. Man, I like I said, this is opinion based. I don't hate people for saying if you think LeBron is the GOAT. I don't hate people if they think the Wilt is the GOAT. It's all opinion based.
Yeah. All right, but give them a perspective of GOAT James Kingdom, because people are listening, and you're a Jordan fan, and they think we haters. They think we don't let y'all talk. They think we bully y'all. Explain them.
No, you just got you got the trolls that is in the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you and Brandon's the king, and then you're seeing your little pawns and rooks. But no.
Now listen, we started GOAT James Kingdom for this purpose. Anthony was here with us from the beginning. He knew how we started. Anthony was with us actually our first 2-3 episodes, so he's seen how we started, and it's because of fans out there that don't allow us to talk about LeBron James. We can't glorify him. We can't praise him. We'll call fanboys, LeBron sexuals, all these crazy names. All these things pop up when you start talking about, about LeBron James being a great player. As you can see here, y'all do hate Jordan. We can't call LeBron James the GOAT without somehow someone thinking we're hating on Jordan.
Listen, like I said, y'all make these GOAT James posts I don't comment on anyone that says LeBron is the GOAT. The only time I comment is when Jordan's in the post. If Jordan's not in the post, I don't comment. That's the whole thing. That
makes you the MJ delegate, man. But look, y'all can catch Craig. That's Craig King. He's also on Facebook. He is the MJ delegate in GOAT James Kingdom. He makes sure Brandon and I stay on point. We don't go too far off the ledge.
Yeah, like I said, you want to say Bron to go ahead, but when you gotta put in your post, then that's when you gonna see me.
Yeah, we don't hate on Jordan, Jay. Stop it. We don't hate on Jordan. Y'all hate him. Matter of fact, he talking about hating on Jordan. You got a picture of Ray Allen shooting that shot. Is that because of being a Ray Allen fan, or because you're a LeBron hater?
Yeah, Heat fan.
Yeah, he ain't no damn Heat fan. If he was a Heat fan, he'll have weight up there. So I'm gonna let you go, Craig, man. We're about to get up out of here, bro. All right. Anthony, man, thanks for coming up, brother. Go ahead, unmute yourself, Anthony. Unmute yourself.
For sure. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on, man. It's always good having you on, man. Congratulations on your little boy playing basketball and all the stuff you're doing, bro. I see you doing good things for yourself. Again, y'all know that's Anthony Wilson. Y'all know where to catch him at. Y'all know who I am. I'm the Exposer, a Johnny Bakari. This is Friday Night Exposure, and y'all have now been exposed by the Exposer. And y'all boys have a good Friday night. I'll see y'all next Sunday. Catch Brandon this Sunday show. We're gonna have a show this Sunday with Brandon and the rest of the crew. And y'all be good. This is GOAT James Kingdom, y'all. Y'all be good, brothers. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, man.